All right, guys, welcome in to another Ryan and Megan episode. I am Ryan. This is my lovely wife, Megan. And then a newcomer has been on a few videos, but our little daughter, Reagan. Anyway, today what we're hoping to do is go over how we are attempting to house hack with the home we just bought as travel therapists. And then also give you a tour of our new basement apartment that we are renting out starting this next Saturday. So join along.
We're Ryan and Megan, two traveling physical therapists who really enjoy this lifestyle and love sharing it with you. We've been on the road for the past 2 years, living in our fully renovated 1994 RV, along with a few other rentals thrown in, some more desirable than others. Recently, we took travel assignments in our hometown, bought a house, and found out that we'll be adding a little one to our travel adventures. Needless to say, traveling is about to get a whole lot more exciting.
We're going to say hi to the camera.
Say hi, Dad. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa. You do the head bobble.
So when we went to buy our first home, we had some criteria on our checklists in order to house hack. Mm-hmm. And so what is house hacking? Really, we should probably answer that. But essentially, it's a way people are buying homes and then renting out a portion of it to help pay for the mortgage or pay for the home itself. Mm-hmm. So some people rent out just a room. We've heard some travel nurses doing that to kind of help offset their housing costs. Some people rent out a whole basement, kind of like us. Mm-hmm. So there's lots of different options, and there's lots of different articles out on the internet about house hacking. Just give it a Google search, and you can find a lot of creative ways people are house hacking.
It was important for us to figure out how to house hack if we were going to buy a home, because we wanted to try to continue to travel even after having a child and having a home. And so a way to offset the cost of owning a permanent sticks and bricks place is to house hack so that we have the financial flexibility still to have living costs abroad when we're on contract.
Yeah. So the ultimate goal is to eventually be here for about half the year and then be out in our RV, how we typically travel while we're on travel therapy contracts. Mm-hmm. So some of the checklists on our home search was we wanted a separate entrance. And so, yes, we could have rented a room. We do have a 3-bedroom home, but we kind of wanted our own space for our family. And so for us, we really wanted a separate entrance that the renter could come in. They feel kind of more at home. They didn't have to walk through our kitchen or anything to go downstairs. So we were really looking for that.
Mm-hmm. And then the second one was everything that a renter would needed to be downstairs in their own space. So we wanted a full bath, and we wanted some sort of makeshift kitchen that would be functional.
Yeah, I think we learned this in season 4 when we were in Washington, and we started out by renting that awful RV because we couldn't take our own RV. And then eventually we moved over into a basement apartment that this lady had in her house and rented from her. And we got that off Furnish Finder. And it was like a light bulb kind of went off in our head. We were like, oh, that's a great idea for us back home, because our location of our tax home and where our family is in a very convenient place where there's hospitals nearby. So travel nurses, travel therapists can rent out our space while we're here and while we're not here. And so those were kind of the main things. And as we were looking for houses, this one popped up. If you haven't heard that story, go over to one of our earlier episodes this season where we talk about buying the house. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So when we found this house, it met all the check marks. It had a separate entry. It had a full bath. It had a kitchenette. And it also has access to the laundry facilities. So we jumped on it, and then we got straight to work renovating the basement.
We literally spent probably about 4 months, probably 6 months. We still were putting on finishing touches last night to make it really a homey place, because that's what we really enjoyed in Washington is, when you are a travel therapist, a travel nurse, you want to come back to a place that you feel comfortable. And so that was what our hope is in this space down here. What's also nice is, as a travel therapist, we need to show dual expenses. And so no matter if we're on contract or we're here, our mortgage counts as one of those showing dual expenses. And we have a space up top that we are keeping as ours, which is important for the tax code. So if you do rent out rooms in your home, you can't rent out your total house because you need a space that's considered yours for that tax code. But we won't get into the weeds of that. It's looking like, as of right now, the market is different in every place. But in our market, if we can rent out the basement most of the year, that's going to pay for most of our mortgage. And that's really awesome for us because that allows us financial flexibility to tackle student loans, to invest, and to go adventure with little Reagan. We are listing our place on Furnish Finder. That's a very popular place for travel nurses, travel physical therapists. We've also seen stuff on Airbnb, but we thought we'd try Furnish Finder first, and we've been very happy with that site.
They have a lot of add-ons as well, so there's different aspects to their site that help you with being a landlord. So it can allow you to screen renters or to create a contract agreement. Different really handy tools like that are on their site as well.
Yeah, it's a really great feature, and a lot of travel nurses, travel therapists use it. So that was another big thing, is we really wanted to rent it out to the community of travelers because that's where we come from, and sometimes it's hard to find short-term housing, and so we wanted to provide that for some travel nurses and therapists.
We've had fun renovating it, and we really hope that it does make somebody feel at home when they're away from home.
So let's go ahead and hop into this tour of our basement apartment. All right, we're going to try to give this tour. Reagan is slowly going to sleep, so we'll see how it goes. So first I wanted to bring you over to the separate entrance. So this door leads out to, we kind of have a walkout basement. And over here, if you saw in our house video, we have a whole separate gravel parking lot where we actually get to park Big Betty, our RV. And so then the renter will have their own parking space and separate entrance to come in. We went ahead and ordered off Amazon, and I can put some links down in the description to some of our stuff, but a little automatic keypad that you can type in a code, and we can change that with each renter. So easy access, no keys, as long as the battery is working. Over here is our kitchenette area. Small, simple, but it'll get the job done. So we have a small sink here, a mini fridge with a freezer. Trash cans underneath, we went ahead and supplied them with a trash can and a recycle can. Little towels, and then I went ahead and custom made these shelves here, with just some wood from Home Depot and some cool finishes. We really wanted some kind of open concept with those shelves so we could display all the cups and plates that they would need. Now you might be wondering, where do they have a stovetop to cook? So we have that in here over in the pantry. Okay, so over here in the pantry, we have a little induction top stove. And so we used one of these in Washington, and it works perfect. We could cook all of our breakfast, anything you really need, and there's special pans that go with it. And so it has to be in contact for it to heat up. So they can go ahead and put that over on the little kitchenette over here to cook. We tried to get everything that they would need. So silverware-wise, a bottle opener, wine glasses, cutting boards, a little filter for water down here. Trying to get all those kind of home amenities that make you feel comfortable after coming home from work. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to walk out into this little hallway. We went ahead and did this kind of cute little coat hook here so they can take their jacket off, put their shoes down on this shoe rack. Kind of a nice little foyer space here between the bedroom and the bathroom. So let's check that out.
Over here is the full bathroom. It's right across from the master bedroom. And we kind of just touched all the finer details of this space. So we put on a fresh coat of paint. We also put in new matte black fixtures everywhere. So the sink, the towel rack, shower curtain and shower fixtures are all new. Then we just added some fun things like a place to hold your items above the toilet, whether you have extra towels or cotton balls and things like that. And we added a new large mirror from At Home just to make the space feel updated. We also had to touch this door frame as well because Ryan actually came downstairs, closed the door, and realized, oh my gosh, there's a gap in the door about, I don't know, yay big. And there was no privacy. So he had to shim out this door frame. But we're really happy with how it turned out. And oh, he also had to bring hot water to the shower. So there is hot water now in this downstairs bathroom. That was one of the first big things that we had to fix down here. But it is fixed. It's the biggest bathroom in the house, and we like how it turned out. Now across from the hall is the bedroom. We had to basically furnish this whole space. We didn't have a single piece of furniture really when we moved into this house. So we not only furnished upstairs, but we also furnished downstairs, and we had a lot of help from family repurposing furniture. So you will see 2 side tables next to the queen mattress that's in here. Those are actually from my aunt and uncle, and we refinished them with some brass handles and accented it with some brass lamps. They should hold up really well. The paint basically gives it a nice enamel coating and hardens it on the top. So we're excited to see how that goes. We wanted the bed to feel cozy, also to feel clean, kind of like a hotel. So we just got a white fluffy comforter and plush pillows to make you feel like you could get a great night's rest. Now over here is a piece of furniture that Ryan has actually had in the family for a long time. It's a really great piece of wood furniture. We had it when we lived in my grandparents' basement. Ryan had it, and then Ryan's dad had it before him. And so we didn't want to get rid of it, but we wanted to update it a little bit. And Ryan did an awesome job on sanding down this top, putting a nice finishing coat so that you can see the raw wood on top, but then using that same enamel paint on the drawers and the brass finishes to kind of tie it in with the rest of the space, and I love how it turned out. This room also features really big windows right behind me, which is amazing for a basement space because usually you would think of a dungeon, dark, cold, but in this basement you've got huge windows to bring in the sunlight, keep you happy. And you actually have the biggest closet in this whole house as well. So there's a huge walk-in closet on the other side of the room. We just finished it out by hanging some wire racks so that you've got plenty of hanging space for your clothes, as well as places to fold them and put them on top. And we made sure that the shelves were high enough so that you could kind of slide your luggage underneath, since we know a lot of people will probably be traveling with suitcases. So there should be plenty of space to hang your stuff or to have a little extra storage over here.
All right, so that was the bedroom down here, the bathroom, and the kitchenette. Now let's take you over to really the biggest space in our basement. It just kind of keeps going, so you get some decent square footage, but this is our kind of dining area, and then the living room, and then we have a little kind of cubby of fun things. So let's go check it out. All right, so in here we kind of have an open concept of a little dining area. We wanted to try to get a full dining table down here because it's something nice to be able to work at a real table, eat a meal at a real table. If you have a friend over, then you can all sit down and not just have to sit on the couch. But then we also have our little couch space over here, kind of a little living room setup that you can relax in, watch some Netflix, and just kind of hang out. And then over here in our cubby, we have 2 little areas. We actually have our coffee cart from our RV, and we have a little Keurig on there so you can make some coffee. And then we also have a small toaster oven on there. And we also found out that it's an air fryer. We didn't know that when we bought it, but kind of a bonus area. So a fun place to be able to do a little bit more cooking. And then on this side, we have a microwave for simply heating up stuff. And then a few more spaces that you could put some storage items in. And we have a few extra cups and bowls in. When we originally came down here, this kind of little cubby was the TV area, but it felt like you didn't really utilize the whole room very well, and it's a pretty good sized room. So this is how we kind of divided it up into a dining area, a place to have our coffee nook, a trash can, and then kind of a living room area. And so it kind of sectioned it out, but it still all feels very cohesive and a really good use of the space. The couch over here, we actually got off Facebook Marketplace. Actually, a lot of the stuff we get in our house and down here has been off Facebook Marketplace. But it was a really good find. It was really dirty, but we had to clean it up really nicely. And then we got a nice coffee table from IKEA, a dresser an old dresser that Megan refinished, I don't know how many years ago when we were in college, that she used in an old apartment that the TV is sitting on. And then, of course, Black Friday shopping, we went all out on some TVs. And so they'll have a nice little place to watch some shows. Behind this door, which you can see, we did all black touches on the hinges and handles for all the doors in here, repainted everything. But behind this door is the unfinished part of our basement, which has the laundry. Now, it's nothing too great to look at, but we do have full laundry there, so the traveler won't have to go out to a laundromat, but they can do laundry here, which is always really nice. This is the one area where we will have to share with them, but we did this in Washington also, and there was a good system. The person who was renting the space to us would text us and say, hey, I'm going to do some laundry. Most of the time that was during the day when we were at work anyway. So this is one area that we will share, but I think it's a big bonus for traveling nurses and therapists to have a place that has laundry for you. Okay, and then at the very end of kind of the basement here, you can see the steps going up to actually our living space upstairs. And then on top of there, we just have a lock. So, we can actually lock out our living space from the renter down here. So no matter if we're out on contract or we're still home, we can kind of keep that safe and secure. So when we're back in town, we have a place to lay our head, and the renter still feels like they're comfortable here and in their own space.
So that is our basement apartment tour. We're really happy with how it turned out. There's, I'm sure, more decor that I could put in here, but I have stopped myself because we think it's ready and adequate to make somebody feel comfortable and give them all of the tools that they need to live here. So we're excited to see how house hacking goes for us. We're excited for our first renter to be coming in this weekend. And if you have any tips or tricks about house hacking, or if you have done it in the past and want to share, you can go ahead and put that down in the comments. We'd love to hear it.
Yeah, we would love to hear about anything you've heard about house hacking, how you are using a house. If there's other travel nurses or travel therapists out there who are looking to buy a house and possibly house hack, put that all down in the comments. Let's start a cool community, just kind of discussion on that.
Thank you so much for joining us in today's video. We hope you enjoyed getting a little information on house hacking and seeing our finished basement.
Yeah, hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. Consider subscribing to our channel as we talk more about our adventure as travel physical therapists. And until next time, see ya.